All right, Pisces, if you are here right now, you were meant to find this morning. You know how I've been talking to you about that there's something that you're meant to release. Like there's some last minute things, there's some last things that don't serve you. That may not have to do with other people. It may have to do with your own beliefs that you have to let go. And what I'm sensing is that part of what you are meant to let go of, and a card already flew out for you this morning. Wow. And I'm going to leave it face down because I don't want to see it yet. Before I give you this message, that you know how you can sense other people's feelings, right? And we talk about having to separate your feelings from others. And sometimes sometimes you don't know what's wrong with someone, but you just sense it, right? And so you're learning to trust your feelings, that you can sense something is going on. But sometimes we take on other people's feelings as if there's something that we did that's causing them to emit that feeling. Let me give you an example. So last night, my husband comes home and something happened, right? Like he got a phone call at work and that left him, I knew something was off when he walked in the door. And he walked in, he was super quiet, and normally he's a little bit more talkative. And the thing is that Pisces, we hear it in their voice. Like I could hear it in his voice. I could hear it in the way he said hello. I could see it in his demeanor. These are all the gifts that you're getting, that you have, maybe that you've had, but they are online and they're strong right now, right? So these gifts are pretty strong. But here's what happened. So he said, oh, nothing's wrong. And I automatically switched to, wow, is there something that I did that's causing him? What happened? And I asked him, I said, hey, did I do something? And he's like, no. And he just went about his business. So I had to let it go. And I literally had to tell myself, I had to ask myself, why is it that I automatically assume that there's something that I did, that I was responsible for the way he was feeling, right? And he didn't tell me how he was feeling. So this gift that I have to sense and tell from people's demeanor, the way they talk, the way they, and it's recognizable. This is why you pick up on other people so quickly. You don't even have to know them. And it's easier when you know someone, but you pick up on the vibe, you pick up on the body language. This is not some class you took. This is part of your gift. And so Spirit wants you to trust that gift, but Spirit wants you to make sure that you're not taking it on as personal, because I had to take a step back, give him space to process whatever was going on. And I had to physically tell myself, hey, you're not responsible for what's going on with him. If something's wrong, if there's something that he needs to talk to you about, then he will come and talk to you about. But there's no reason for me to automatically think that when someone is feeling a certain way or putting out a certain vibe or energy, a lower vibrational energy that they are carrying, that it's not mine. Like it's not mine and I'm not responsible. And I think for me, anyhow, this has been something, and I think for many of you also, that this may be something that you've done subconsciously. I'm aware of it now because I've been doing a lot of work to release those things that don't serve me. And a lot of those things that don't serve me are within me. It's not anything. It's something, maybe either whether or not I learned it, and I learned to behave this way, I learned to think this way, I learned to feel this way, or after years and years and years, it's not serving me to be anxious, because I felt anxious, right? But here's the thing about the anxiety that I felt. I felt anxious. I felt like there was something I was responsible for. And after giving him the space, and he came and we talked about what he came and he approached me, because I didn't go to him and say, hey, like something's wrong, and keep asking him. I just gave him the space. So he eventually came and told me what was happening. And then I realized that every single emotion that I felt, the anxiety, the picking up on feeling the guilt that I was feeling about maybe I did something wrong, were emotions that he was feeling about the situation that he was going through. They were truly not mine. They were not my emotions. I'm just like that. Like, it's that deep, Pisces. That's how deep you are. That's how deep you are into other people's emotions. So be sure that you are cleansing. Be sure that you are, you're talking, you're speaking high vibrational thoughts, positive affirmations. I know we say this a lot, but when you start to feel this way, you need to take whatever thought or feeling that you have and repeat the opposite in a positive way to yourself. I am not responsible for other people's feelings. Even because many times we don't, it was like confirmation for me, right? That what I was feeling were his feelings. They were exactly what he was feeling. And I picked up on that, and it automatically felt like I could feel it in my body, like it was my feelings. And that's both a gift and a curse. It's a curse. It feels like a curse. It's never a curse, but it feels like a curse if you don't realize what's happening. It can feel like it's truly you, and then you're going to feel depressed and down. And I had to just pull myself out of it and say, oh, no, 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 that's not me. That's not mine. Whatever he has going on, whatever I'm feeling right now, it's something that's going on with him. And it just confirmed it for me when he told me what was happening and how he was feeling. I was like, wow, like that's what I was feeling. Like, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy when I say that I know what people are thinking. I know what people are feeling. I had a therapist. I went to therapy. So be careful with therapy too, because I think therapy can be a wonderful outlet. And I do recommend therapy. One other thing I want to say to you guys is be careful with therapy, because I had a therapist tell me, I said to her, oh, I know what's going on in his mind. Or I was talking about someone. It wasn't about my husband. It was about something else. And I said, I told her, I said, I can pick up. I know what people are thinking. And I knew she thought I was crazy. And she immediately afterwards said to me, well, how do you know what people are thinking? Nobody knows what anyone's thinking. Be careful with that, because we do. You do know. Be careful who you say it to, because some people are going to think like something's wrong, right? Listen, here's your first card. You're being asked to listen to your inner voice. It's been guiding you to do something or say something, and it's time to act on its wisdom. I can't read. Like, it gets blurry at the bottom of the card, so it's hard to read. Time to act on its wisdom. Yeah, it's time to act on the wisdom. Like, it's time to take notice. I take this as it's time to take notice of take notice of your gifts. I want you to listen to your gifts. That's what I'm hearing. Listen to your gifts. Take notice and act on the wisdom. And release, because your gifts are getting more powerful. So you're going to be feeling more of people's emotions. Even if you thought you had those gifts before, no, like it's going to be doubly as powerful. So you really need to listen and listen to yourself, because I immediately heard my higher self tell me, I heard a voice say, that's not you. Step back. So you need to be listening for those messages, right? To discern how you're feeling, because I feel like most of the time Pisces are try to stay high vibrational. If the ones that are healing anyway, right? Because we can all be low vibrational, but sometimes we don't even realize why we're doing it. It's because we're not listening to ourselves, and we're picking up on other people's emotions and we're acting on those emotions and not our own. Remember, we get to choose. And then the next card that this flew out for you was keep going. It may feel as though you've been on this path or journey for a long time, and you may even wonder if you're making any progress towards your dream. This message is a loving reminder for you to keep going. You're almost there. You are almost you are there. You're almost there. These downloads that you're getting are coming in to help you. These interactions, it's almost like every interaction that you're going to have moving forward is there's something for you to learn. So that's why you need to listen, because this is going to help you. This is going to help you keep going. And every time you pick up what Spirit is laying down for you, you're going to get another download. You're going to have another interaction. That's why this has been so important for you to start interacting with people, to get out of your shell, to come out and play. You need to come out and play, because you're going to need you need confirmation. Your part of these interactions are going to be confirmation of your gifts. And at the bottom, celebrate. You're being asked to celebrate a recent accomplishment. No matter how big or small, do something special and commemorate the moment. You deserve that and much more. You got more coming. You have more coming. You deserve it, Pisces. Yeah, so every time you notice that you are every time you notice that you picked up something Spirit is laying down, give yourself a pat on the back and say, yes, I'm on my journey. You're one step closer to your purpose. Because all these little nuggets that Spirit is throwing out at you is all about you stepping into your purpose. And the more you pick up on it and you celebrate it, the more get the stronger your gifts get. I think I was going to say something else, but it left me. All right, so let's see. Let's pull a couple of these. I didn't pull any cards ahead of time because I wanted this message. I wanted to come speak this message very raw. I wanted it to be raw today. And I wanted to pull some cards as I'm speaking here. Sometimes I pull them ahead of time because I meditate on the message. Here we go. Chef. Oh my gosh, same message. You know what's so funny? This card came out. What are you cooking up, Pisces? What are you cooking up? You're cooking up something. It says culinary maestro, cooking, culinary seasoning, proficiency. Yes, you're cooking up you're cooking up your dreams. You're cooking up your gifts. What are you cooking up? You're going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised at the platter that you have in front of you when this is all said and done. And I don't think it's ever all said and done. I think that there's steps, there are levels to this. And as you, it's like is it what is it, like Pac-Man? Remember Pac-Man? Like there were different levels in Pac-Man, I think. Maybe Mario Brothers, like you every time it gets a little harder. You get the lessons, you feel a little bit more accomplished every time you get to the next level, but you celebrate. Remember how every time you cleared a level, like you were like, yes, I did it. And then you were ready to move on to the next one. That's what Spirit wants you to celebrate, the level, because your spirit, either you and Spirit together are cooking up something, your purpose. You're cooking up your purpose. One more. I love it. Whoa. I love it. Journalist, chronicle of stories, reporting, interview, inquiry, promotion. Look, you are cooking up something. You're cooking up a story. You're gonna be, I don't know. You're gonna be, there's something that you're going to be putting out there that's going to make you successful, something that you're going to document, something that you're going to share. There's some type of chronicle of stories. Like there's some stories that you're going to be telling and sharing with people that are going to be amazing. And these stories are going to come. You might be interviewing people. You might be reporting on something. You're going to be sharing your experiences. This is an upgrade. It's like every time you're cooking up something, every time you share something, you get a new upgrade. Every time you share something and you help someone, you get a new upgrade. And don't worry, just share, because it doesn't matter. You may not always know if you may not always get a confirmation that you've helped someone, but just know that you are helping people. Dancer and betrayal. Weaver of grace, movement, harmony, rhythm, deceit, disloyalty, conspiracy, broken bonds. You danced through all your betrayals. You maneuvered so gracefully through all betrayals that came. That's why these gifts are coming in. And you're going to be your rhythm, your passion. Your passion is what's moving you through the next level. And I feel like these betrayals are like they're like a dot on the map. Like they're not, it's not, it's they're not irrelevant. They are relevant, but they're irrelevant as far as how you feel, because you feel differently about them now. You feel like these betrayals have led you to dance even harder, to weave with grace, with movement, with harmony. They have brought in the harmony that you're seeing in your life. Somehow, like it's like you've taken these betrayals and you've transmuted them. And it's not to say that you won't ever have anyone try to betray you in the future, but I feel like this energy is irrelevant, because I feel like when, like, you're going to be dancing through these betrayals a lot quicker than you did before. You're no longer lingering and looking and staying in the energy of woe, why, woe is me, why is me? Because you understand why these betrayals are coming. These betrayals are no longer about you. They're about the person. They're coming to you right now to learn a lesson. And you're just dancing through it because you see it for what it is. You've learned your lesson already. Now they're here. Whoever's coming to betray you is now coming to learn their lesson. And they're about to learn it because you're cooking up something. You got stories to tell. You have the grace that it takes to maneuver through anything that comes your way. And you're doing this with culinary precision. You know how, like, you have all the ingredients that it takes. You're like the seasoning on the steak, or you're like the spices that just you're the spice that gives everything in your environment that pop. You know how one spice can change the flavor of the food and make it more tasty? Like if you use marjoram or something like that, or curry, if that's your thing, that you just completely change the flavor. That's you. Like you're just changing you're transmuting things that would otherwise not be tasty into the tastiest dish. You ever watch that show? This is reminding me of that culinary show where they get, I forget what it's called, but they get like 4 or 5 ingredients, and they have to bring out like this masterpiece. That's you. Like because you've learned to work with little. Imagine with when you're getting everything that you're getting, all the things that are coming in for you right now, all the gifts that you're going to be getting, whether they're spiritual, monetary. Imagine what you're going to be able to do because you've learned to work with 1 or 2 ingredients. Now you're going to have 10 ingredients, 20 ingredients to manifest and transmute things into what you and spirit decide, because you're not decide. This is not something that you're deciding, because this is on your own. This is part of your purpose. Yes, 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 yes. I am loving it. Let me see. Let's pull a money. A money moves card by Maruka X. Oh, what was that card doing in there? Was a card from the other deck was in here that said break free. I feel like you have broken free. That just popped out. That's so strange. That wasn't even supposed to be in there. You're being asked to break free from the tribe. This one fell out before. Yeah, like you're being asked to you're in a league of your own with spirit. You are not like anyone else. There is no one else like you. You don't do things like other people. You don't cook up things. You don't transmute things like other people. You're going to be showing people how it's done. Right? But then everybody's going to be able to take the ingredients that you give them, and they're going to be able to create their own masterpiece. You're not looking for anyone to replicate your masterpiece. Yours is yours. Right? You ever see also that when you like you might cook something, right? And you cook it to perfection. Like, I don't know, for me it's like mac and cheese. My mac and cheese is bomb, right? Like it is. It's really good. But you teach someone else to do it, and they're like, it's just something's different about it. Like they can't get it because they have to you can teach someone something, Pisces, but everyone has to put their own twist on it because it has to be theirs. It has to be authentic. And that's what you're teaching people. Okay, let's pull a money moves card now. All right, Spirit, what we got here for Pisces with the money moves. And then we'll pull a few tarot cards. Let's see what we got. What do we got here? Come on. That break, I feel that the breaking free is what you've been doing, and it's almost like every gift that comes in for you that's why you need to listen. Remember, that was the first card that came out, was listen, is because every gift that comes in for you is going to teach you, gonna show you somewhere else where you need to break free. Like I said, I was still, even though you feel like it's almost like your point of view on things is going to, you're going to have continuous mindset shifts on things. Defeat. Don't fear starting over. Overwhelmed, loss, frustration, disappointment, rejection, and failure. Defeat. Some of you might be have people around you that are feeling defeated. I think this is not you. You have people around you that are feeling defeated because of your success. Like they see you constantly reinventing yourself, right? And they don't understand how you're doing it. They don't quite get it. and they just, and it's ironic that this came out because it kind of confirms what I was saying about what when you teach people how to do something, they're not supposed to copy you. When you learn something from someone else, you're not supposed to you had to learn to be in your energy. They have to learn, the people that you are going to teach need to learn how to be in their energy. And right now you've had people in your energy who were they were copying you. You cannot copy someone else's imprint. You cannot copy someone else's vibe. You cannot copy someone else's energy, right? You cannot, I can give you a recipe with all the ingredients, exactly how you're supposed to do it, but your food is going to taste, there's something that you're going to do that's going to be a little bit different than me, that's going to make it taste different. It doesn't make it not good. It makes it yours, not mine. Right? So there could be 10 of us here making mac and cheese, and it's all going to be bomb, right? But in a different way. Because it's going to have your flavor to it. My mac and cheese has my flavor that only I can give it with my hands. And people feel defeated that they can't copy you. Like, no, they cannot copy you. We're not here to copy other people's blueprints. We're not here to copy other people's DNA. We're not here to clone people. We're here to be our authentic selves. That's what they need to learn. They need to learn. We had to learn it, right? You had to learn it, Pisces. That, you spent a lifetime of people telling you who you were supposed to be based on like trying to clone you into themselves. Like, what the hell is that about? No. Let me pull one more money moves card. You know what? No. Money moves. Your money moves are coming. Like, you're not afraid. You're not afraid to reinvent yourself and do something different. But people sometimes are afraid to do their own. They just want to replicate. And there's nothing wrong with taking pointers from someone who has done something, right? So you're not constantly reinventing the wheel, but you do have to take it and make it yours. There's hundreds of thousands. I don't know how many card readers, tarot readers there are here. But every time you turn on you turn to a different reader, that person has their own vibe. And if you're just getting on and you're copying someone, sometimes you could feel like it's not a vibe. It doesn't mean that you have to vibe with me or I have to vibe with everyone, right? Every tarot reader is still on their journey. They're still in their space. They're in a different, how they're coming and the energy that they're bringing is going to resonate differently with everyone. When you're going on and you're copying, like you're trying to copy someone else's energy, like, how's that work? No, you just have to, you have to be yourself. I can take, you might have some cards. You might be a tarot reader. You might have some cards you use, and I may get them. Actually, I bought a deck of cards. I loved it. Like, I think it's Blue Rose Tarot had this deck of cards, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to get it. And here's the thing. It's sitting here. I haven't, and like this deck of cards for right now, I don't know. I may get to a point where it's a vibe for me because I've bought other cards before and I noticed that this happens, and you guys may notice this too. But I'm like, oh, I picked them up and I'm like, no, I don't feel it. I don't feel it. So I had to put it down. I had to be like, not right now. I'm not ready. That deck is not ready for me, and I'm not ready. I'm not ready for it yet. And that's okay. And when I'm ready for it, I will pick up and I will use it in my own way. But, I can't just pick up the deck and do what she does. Like, she just does something, something completely. It's hers. It's her style. what am I going to do? Copy your mind? Like, you can't copy. You don't know what's in somebody else's mind. I just think it's absolutely insane. Oh, that people think that they can do that. It's, so what do they call that? I don't know. I think I've heard it called doppelganger, or like a freaking you know, they call it like you're stealing, swapping destinies and things like that. Yeah, these people, exactly. These people, they're people in your energy that they just, it's a dead end. Copying someone and someone's energy will leave you stagnant and stuck. Well, you know, like, because, and here's the thing, you know why it leaves you stagnant and stuck? Because you, people will move in and out of your life. So what are you going to do? Like, so every time you want to do something, instead of figuring out like what your vibe is, what your own energy, what their own, instead of figuring out what their vibe is, what their own energy is, they are walking around trying to pick up everybody's energy. So they're never in their energy. They're always in somebody else's. And so they're jumping around doing different things that don't belong to them, in energy that doesn't belong to them. So this next card is, oh, I love this card. This came out: blocked, moved on, nothing to stay, stop calling. You've blocked people from doing this to you. You have blocked people from doing this to you. And I don't know what's going on with this camera. Let's see. Can you see this? Why is it blurry? Oh, there it is. Can you see that? Okay, now you can see that. It was too I was too close. Right? Like, you've blocked, like, you're, people that are coming and doing this, you have to block them. It's draining. This is how people come in and drain your energy. Um, but I think you know that already. You've and you can do this without saying much. But you're teaching people, I think part of what you're going to be teaching people is not to do this. To step into their own vibe. Let's pull one more from here. Oh, okay. Ascetic, seeker of self-restraint, abstinence, discipline, purification. Exactly. You are, and I don't know what that word means, so I'm going to look it up. I really don't know what that word means. What does ascetic mean? Ascetic means, refers to a person who avoids physical pleasure and lives a simple life, often for religious reasons. It implies extreme self-denial or self-mortification as a spiritual discipline. I don't, I think that you're learning how to, I don't think there's any need to be like, this is like monk-like behavior, right? Like, you're avoiding physical pleasures and living a simple life. I do think that some of you might be drawn to this at times. So you may be called, there may be periods in your life like fasting. I think that some of you are going to be called to fast, right? Like, just when you feel, if you do get to the point where you do feel stuck, that this is a good way to unstuck yourself, to open up those pathways again. Because when you fast, or whether fast from whatever it is, whether it's from food, whether it's a spiritual fast, it's a meditative fast, whatever it is that you, however it is that you choose to do this, that you are, but I think when this is needed, and it's usually when you do feel stagnant. But that energy is not so you can go claim someone else's energy. It's so you can reset and get back into your energy. This is how you will stay in your energy, because like I mentioned at the beginning, you're going to be constantly picking up other people's energy. And some days it's really going to feel like yours. Believe me, I was sitting here going, and I knew it wasn't my energy. Let me tell you how I knew, because I was fine until he walked in the door. As soon as he walked in the door, I felt the energy. I felt the shift, right? So you'll feel that energy shift. Anytime you're in someone's energy and you feel that energy shift, that's how you're going to know it's not your energy. But after days and days of picking up that energy, there are going to be days where you need to fast so that you can reconnect with your higher self. You can reconnect with your spirit guides, and kind of just cleanse out. Make sure you're cleaning your space. Sage, Palo Santo. I love both. I use both. I use frankincense also. And I'm going to pull a few tarot. Oh, well, let's pull an angel card. Spirits, let's pull an angel number card for you. And then we're going to close this out, Pisces. Angel number 919. You're ready to start a new chapter of your life. Be open to meeting new people, new beginnings. Exactly. You're in a new phase of your life. And come out and play again. This is a theme for you. Come out and play. That's the only way you're going to be able to use your seasoning. You're going to know how to season, and you know how to season things, but you're going to be learning some new tricks. You're going to have people coming into your energy that are going to teach you some new tricks. Listen for the downloads as you meet these people. As I already said it. I don't know. There's not much else to say about that. Let's pull a few tarot. Let's see what message spirit has for you. Wow. This card, again, another deck where another card was stuck in there. Spirituality and religion. It's like, yes, like reconnect when you're feeling stuck. It's like a reconnection to your spirituality. It could be as simple as just lighting a candle, right? You need to spirit. This is a reminder for you as these gifts. That's why this keeps coming out. This is a reminder for you to staying connected to your spirituality is key as these downloads come in, as your gifts come in, and the Magician is at the bottom of the deck. That's you. That's where your magic lies. That's you. That's your magic, Pisces. That's where the magic lies. Two of Wands. This is a whole new journey for you. King of Wands. Fire energy. Wow. As we are in energy. Look at all this fire for you. We are in Aries season. And you're the King of Wands. Leader. You're traveling. You're ruling your world. You are ruling your words. Your words. Maybe you're ruling your words. Like you're finding like that, that journalist card came out. You're ruling the narrative. You're deciding what the narrative is in your life. More wands. Look, fast forward movement and the Fool. I cannot. And this Fool card has the sun on there. Look at this new beginning is just freaking amazing. What are you guys have to drop me a comment and let me know what you're cooking up. I want to know what you're cooking up for your life's purpose. Are you writing a book? What are you doing? We're closing this out now with Spirit. We're pulling a self-care oracle card. What do you like this? You're traveling, you're writing, like this is happening, stuff is happening so quickly, and I feel like you're moving from one new beginning to like different areas of your life, from one new beginning to another. And this is your self-care, their practical self-care oracle card is to release expectations. Spirit says, do not focus on the money aspect of your dreams. Abundance will come at the right time. Listen, just do. Just listen, do, cook, whatever it is, cook it up. You and Spirit are cooking up the best life ever right now. When you feel stagnant, you know what to do. Light a candle, clean your energy, fast, do what you got to do. Do what you're called to do. Step back, reconnect. Keep moving. And it's happening fast. So don't worry about the money. It will come. Also release how. That's why they want you to listen for the downloads, because some of the downloads you're going to get might be things that you would not think that you would do, but that's what you're called to do. And if you're called to do it, just do it. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. Don't worry. People, this is a time in your life when you're in this energy and you're no longer shrinking yourself to make other people feel good. They can't copy they can't copy that. They can't copy you. So people are going to feel stagnant, but don't worry about that, because if they're following closely and listening to themselves, they will see that you're teaching them to, by doing this, you're teaching them to do the same. But you don't get here this easily. And if you're called to travel, do it. There's something about that's going to catapult you forward into your purpose. All right, Pisces, thank you for joining me. Drop me a heart in the comments. If you resonated with this, let me know what you're cooking up, and I will see you in the next one. Let's keep weaving that dream together.